It's time we found out what the best Z2 Extreme handheld actually is. Ooh. It's finally time to put the heavyweights head to head.
Yeah, we're comparing the Xbox Ally X up against the Lenovo Legion Go 2 and the MSI Claw A8. All have got Z2 Extreme APUs, but there's one slight caveat here.
Oh.
The Xbox Ally and the MSI Claw A8 were set to 8 gigabytes for these benchmarks.
Yes.
The Legion Go 2 was set to 12 gigabytes VRAM.
Which represents its more ramness.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we got 32 gig on the Legion Go 2, 24 gig on the other ones. All of these have been level playing field. So they're all running Xbox OS. They're all running performance tips and tricks that you can find on the channel for these devices.
Great plug, Andy.
Yeah, there we go. So I've like altered these to get the most performance possible. And despite the fact that the A8 and the Legion Go 2 are 16:10 screens, all these are 16:9 benchmarks. So they are completely level.
That's nice. Yes. So we are, of course, talking about benchmarks of performance. And specifically, that's what we're focusing on here to find out which one is the best performing Z2E.
Yeah.
And I've got a suspicion there may be some surprises near the end.
Oh, yeah. So this one's going to be quite a long one. We've got 5 games to test, 10 benchmarks to go through because we're comparing 720p and 1080p results at 17 watts, 20 watts, 25 watts, and 35 watts against all of these devices.
Pull up a chair, get yourself a drink. It's time to find out all the information. Okay, it's time for me to pay the 128 KB bills with today's totally impartial video sponsor, and that's AliExpress. Yeah, that AliExpress, the AliExpress that you go to find absolute bargains before some Amazon scalper 10x's the price on your retro handheld. Yes, they are today's sponsors. And if you don't use AliExpress, well, you've been sleeping under a rock, because I'm serious, you can find some insane value here if you know where to look. We're talking brilliant retro handheld like the R36S for absolutely next to nothing, or some must-have accessories like the 8-bit Do Ultimate 2 controller that everyone is always talking about. And right now, this is the time to go looking because of the AliExpress 11/11 shopping festival is live. This is their biggest sale of the year, and it is just madness with voucher codes, cashback schemes, and some crazy giveaways in their lucky box. I'm not sure what a lucky box is, but it does sound exciting. Also, I've been given something extra special as part of this sponsorship that's better than a lucky box just for the 128KB community. I have been given a set of exclusive discount codes that I can give to you. They are time limited, so make sure that you act quickly on these. If you're spending £30 or more, use the code 128KB6 to get £6 off. If you're spending £80 or more, you can use the code 128KB15 to get £15 off. Spending over £120, then you can use 128KB 20 to get £20 off. And if you're going big and spending £200 on AliExpress, please let me know what you're buying for £200. But in case you are, use the code 128KB35 to get, yes, you've guessed it, a massive £35 off your purchases. So they are some nailed on huge savings that are running from now in the 11/11 sale right up to December the 4th. And it gets even better than that. They've launched their new cashback team feature. It sounds way more complicated than it is, but do bear with me. I've created a 128KB team on AliExpress. When you join our team, then you get 10% cash back on everything that you purchase. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All you've got to do to join that team is click the link in the description or scan the QR code and follow the gubbins that it gives you there. The more points we get as a team, then the more cashback everyone gets, and you get points for just browsing, logging in, obviously checking out as well, all for being part of the team. The more points we get, the more cashback everyone else gets. It's quite cool. So use the exclusive codes, take advantage of the 11/11 sale, and join the team to get an extra 10% cashback. Absolutely huge. Massive thank you for sponsoring today's video, AliExpress, and for you for supporting the channel as well by using them with the links below.
This is the first benchmark.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Easily, the Lenovo Legion Go 2 wins that.
Wrong.
Shut up. Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah, you're wrong. The Xbox Ally X actually pulled ahead here.
That's incredible. I just assumed with that added RAM, especially as you've set added VRAM as well, that the Lenovo Legion Go 2 is going to win that hands down.
Bigger is not always better.
Well, apparently not. Yeah, incredible. It's interesting that the MSI Claw is so far behind. That's genuinely quite interesting because there's no hardware reason why that would be the case.
Not hardware-wise, but software-wise, absolutely. Because remember, all of these devices, even though they're running AMD chips, the drivers have to be like approved and tweaked and stuff by the manufacturer.
Yes.
So Asus will do their little magic, Lenovo will do theirs, and MSI will do theirs. So now we're looking at the 20 watt.
Yeah.
And you can see the chart looks identical to the 17 watt, just with more performance, right?
Yes.
So the Xbox Ally X is still in the lead.
Okay, so actually the Xbox Ally X is pulled ahead
Yeah.
as a percentage.
Yes.
And the MSI Claw has caught up to the Lenovo Legion Go 2.
Yeah.
So either that's dropping away as a percentage.
Mhm.
Everything we've talked about is 20 watts is the sweet spot for the Z2E
Mhm.
because it's more of an efficiency chip than a kind of raw dog performance
Yes. Yeah.
chip. So I would have expected the pack to close up once we get to like the kind of optimum wattages.
Yeah, I do want to say as well, I should have said this at the beginning, MSI currently have a weird one. I've done all these tests on manual on each device, right? So manual TDPs, but MSI, so you got 3 sliders. You've got the sustained continuous like wattage. Then you've got a 2-minute boost and a 10-second boost.
Yeah.
On the MSI, the 2-minute and the 10-second boost start much higher than the other ones can do.
Interesting.
So I would have thought that would have played into it to actually get more performance. And I did check this.
Especially when you've been setting them at these lower wattage settings.
Yes.
You expect the boosts to have more
Absolutely. I fully expected the MSI to come out on top here because of that.
Yeah.
As you go up in wattage, that doesn't change. So obviously with the MSI, I couldn't match the Xbox and the Lenovo because I couldn't get the sliders down far enough.
Yeah.
And once you hit 25 watts, then they're all in line.
Yeah.
So each device actually ends up with the same boost like size.
So despite having what is essentially more power available to it,
Yeah, it's still
it's
lasts.
underperformant. 25 watts.
Yeah, 25 watts really isn't a big change, is it?
Can I guess?
Yeah, go on then.
The Xbox Ally X is still ahead.
No, the Legion Go 2 now comes ahead. Almost become like margin of error there.
Yeah, I'd say so. But the Lenovo is peaking ahead a little bit there. So
Yep.
it's what's really interesting is that the increase in performance for the Xbox Ally X is negligible. Again,
Yeah.
margin of error
yeah,
difference
Yeah.
to 20 watts. But the difference for both the Legion Go and the MSI are much significant at 25 watts.
If we look at the 35 watts, which is a 10 watt increase,
Whoa.
look at the Xbox Ally X.
It's identical
It's
performance.
exactly the same performance.
And you're
with
giving it an
10 watt-
extra 10 watts.
Extra 10 watts, yeah. Now, we've seen this before in the previous video where we compared, I believe we compared the Legion Go 2 to the Xbox Ally X.
Yep.
All of these benchmarks have been redone since then because there's been graphics update drivers and stuff changed. And I wanted to just make sure that we're all level playing field here. So they are different. But yeah, the Xbox Ally X, well, with the Z2, I would expect not much of a gain jumping up from 25 to 35 watts. It's kind of something I've seen across the board is marginal increases in performance. So the Xbox Ally X performance there, I kind of expected. But look at the other two.
Incredible.
They've jumped straight up.
They've actually moved in line.
Yeah.
The weirdest part of this 35 watt moment is the MSI Claw A8 is now in the lead.
Yeah, it's now jumped up.
At 107 FPS.
Yeah.
So it's taking advantage of that extra wattage way better
Yeah.
than all the other devices. They've all swapped around at one point to be the most performant in a different wattage.
Yes.
All 3 of these devices.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yep. It's a bit of a weird one.
Okay, move on.
Let's go. So we're going to stay on Assassin's Creed Mirage, but now we're going
Up to 1080?
1080p.
Okay. So is the Lenovo ahead?
Yeah.
Significantly.
Well, yeah. We've got 68 on the Xbox and the Claw.
Oh, so they're in line.
Yeah. And 71 on the Legion Go 2. And if you want another 180,
Asus is in front.
yes. With 10 FPS more than it had at 17 watts.
None of this makes any sense to me.
No, I know.
As we go along, the logic of, as you're saying, what you need for this high resolution, you need more RAM, it's going to give you better performance. So the logic of putting it to 20 watts from 17 and then the Xbox Ally X being so far ahead as a percentage
Yeah.
makes no sense at all.
Doesn't make any sense. And then when we go up to 25 watts, the Xbox is still in the lead marginally, like compared to its previous result. But now we've got the Legion Go 2 and the MSI Claw hot on its heels. They've jumped up. And then at 35 watts, they're all the same.
We saw this with the early benchmark results when we were comparing Asus and Lenovo devices.
Yes.
That when you get to 35 watts, there was no noticeable difference from 25.
Yeah, and if you honestly look at 20 to 35, there's like basically no reason to be pushing that much more power.
Specifically from the Xbox Ally X, no reason to go above 20 watts.
Now we are on to Cyberpunk 2077.
Everybody's favourite benchmark game.
It is the benchmark game, the game I've used for benchmarks, and I've not really played it.
Just going to pluck a name out the sky and say Lenovo's in front.
Yes.
Hey!
Yes, it is. Yeah, well done.
Significantly?
And yeah, well, compared to the one that's in the bottom, the Lenovo's at 74, the one at the bottom is 63.
Oh.
And that's the MSI Claw.
Quite a big gap. Why is the MSI so far behind?
I have no idea.
It makes no sense. Again, I expect, logically, in all of these results, I would expect Lenovo to be significantly ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say significantly. I would imagine anywhere between 1 to like 5 maximum FPS ahead, just because it is the same chip, effectively.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just literally VRAM. And bear in mind, all these benchmarks are done at low presets.
Mm-hmm.
So that extra VRAM really isn't actually being utilized here.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if I did the opposite, if I did like the highest settings, then the Legion Go 2 would actually come out tops every time.
Yeah.
Just because it's got that extra VRAM to be able to cope with it.
The moments that are really baffling me, though, is when the Xbox Ally X and the MSI Claw aren't right next to each other.
Yeah.
And when one of those two peaks ahead of the Lenovo, then it's like weird stuff's happening here.
Yeah, it is an odd one, isn't it? Now, at 20 watts, we've got very, like the trend of the graph is pretty similar, but
25 watts gets absolutely baffling.
Yeah, because the Lenovo drops right back down and the Xbox like flies up. The MSI and the Legion Go 2 are in line with their previous trends.
Yeah.
And then look at 35 watts.
That makes no sense at all.
The Legion Go 2 drops into last. The MSI overtakes it and the Xbox Ally is way ahead. So as we saw with the Assassin's Creed, it hits that cap and then
stays there.
Yeah.
The interesting thing there is that we've seen updates with the Xbox Ally X, and before we weren't getting that kind of step each time. I know it's a different game.
Yeah.
But we were seeing it getting to 25 watts and then just pegging there. I wonder if it's going to be the same at 1080 then.
At 17 watts, Legion Go 2 is still in the lead.
Yeah.
And this follows suit actually for 20 and 25 watts. It's the same shape of the graph continuing. And actually, when you look at the whole chart, if you take a step back, it's actually the same for every single increase, even at 35 watts.
So the difference between 1080 and 720 in how these devices are handling it is massive. Specifically, Lenovo's handles 1080 as a performance step better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's getting more performance for more wattage, better.
Well, yes, than 720p, because at 1080p, the Legion Go 2 just kills it.
So the performance trends at 17 and 20 watts are what I'd expect. The interesting thing is the discrepancy between 720 and 1080 and how specifically Legion Go 2 is behaving with it.
Yeah, and when we look at this one at 1080p, especially at 17 and 20 watts, where the Xbox Ally and the Legion are is what I would expect from that VRAM increase.
Yeah.
But look how far behind the MSI Claw A8 is. That is not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be on par with the Xbox Ally.
100% agree.
If not maybe 1 FPS less.
Yes.
Just down to software issues or whatever. Yep. But it's actually quite significant, and that follows a trend across the entire chart.
Consistent all the way through that chart.
Next up, we got Doom the Dark Ages, 720p, handheld mode, FSR performance. Now this one's a bit of a weird one because at 17 watts, the Xbox Ally X is in the lead.
That makes no sense.
The MSI and the Legion are on par. Once you bump up to 20 watts, the Legion Go 2 then matches the Xbox.
In a roundabout way, yes, the 20 watt performance there
is what we'd expect from
across
everything.
the board. That's what I'd expect.
The whole trend then ends up at 25 and 35 watts, the Legion Go 2's in the lead.
Yeah.
And funnily, at 25 watts, the MSI overtakes the Xbox.
Yeah.
But again, bumping it up to 1080p.
Is the whole thing skewed now?
Yeah, because once again, when you go to the more native resolutions, the Legion Go 2 just jumps ahead.
That's wild.
So again, Legion Go 2 in the lead for 17 watts.
Yeah.
Then it's still in the lead at 20 watts, but now the MSI is still ahead of the Xbox. So the Xbox Ally is actually in last place in every single wattage range here.
Yeah.
So it literally falls behind on every
And the MSI
one.
Claw is actually pegged frame to frame with the Lenovo Legion Go 2, once you get to 20 watts.
Yes. These results are where I'd imagine.
Yeah.
That margin of error all being like within 1 or 2 FPS of each other.
Yeah.
Not what we're seeing at 17 watts with the Xbox, where it's kind of like considerably lower versus the Legion Go 2. So, yeah, interesting one. So let's flip over to the next game. And that is Dying Light 2. 720p, low FSR 2. Now, again, MSI's like, yeah, I'm in last place. So it's just jumped right back.
Oh, close.
And this follows for the 20 watts. But then at 25 watts, the Legion Go 2 is like, see ya, and just jumps ahead. But then, once again, 35 watts, the Xbox backs off. It's getting tired now.
Yeah.
The Claw just jumps ahead into first place.
It's steamed ahead. So Xbox AliEx performance is what we saw last time we were looking at benchmarks, is that once you get to 20 watts, there's very little reason to step up. You kind of, if you looked at MSI and Lenovo, they do keep stepping up in line.
Yeah, there's a trend there, isn't there? But the Xbox Ally kind of hits a wall at 20 and just
plateaus.
Stops there. Now let's flip over to 1080p. And once again, Legion Go 2 well in the lead at 17.
MSI and Xbox exactly the same, which that's where I'd expect them to be.
Mm-hmm. But then go up 20 watts, the Xbox jumps right up in line with the Legion Go 2, and the Claw is still, behind.
Yeah.
And then at 25 watts, Legion Go 2 just edges out in front, and the same, almost similar at 35 watts.
Oh, it's so all over the place. But those profiles at 25 and 35, that's what I'd expect.
Yes.
Those kind of variances.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how the MSI continues in these recent ones to overtake the Xbox as it gets to higher wattages.
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? Yeah. It slowly starts outperforming at the higher wattages, but not at the lower.
Yeah.
At the lower wattages, it seems to be choked out a little bit.
Absolutely.
Which is weird, isn't it? Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 720p, low XeSS performance. Now, I chose this because it only has XeSS.
Oh, okay.
Right. But Legion Go 2 is ahead, even at 720p.
Okay. So it's contrary to the other results we've seen.
Yeah. So, and then MSI is still last.
Yeah. Okay.
And Xbox is just a little bit above, which is exactly what I'd expect to see from all of them.
Yes.
Really, I'd always expect 1 or 2 FPS more from the Legion, just purely from that RAM.
Yep.
But again, I do need to stress at higher graphic settings, that will be the case.
Yeah.
Because of that extra
and
RAM.
stability, which you can't measure in these.
Yeah.
And we see the same profile at 20 watts for certain.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to 25 watts, the Claw A8 catches up with the Xbox AliEx again.
So that's the trend there with the Claw.
Yeah.
It seems to work better at the higher wattages.
And when you step up to 35 watts, that's absolutely the case. Now, weirdly, the Xbox AliEx has actually benefited from 35 watts this time.
Yes. Yeah, it has.
Significantly. So has the Lenovo Legion Go 2, but the MSI Claw has jumped up like a significant step and is now joint with Lenovo on that.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? 1080p, Legion Go 2 in front at 17 watts. And it remains in front until we get to 25 watts, where then the Xbox catches up. And then the Xbox just runs ahead and wins at 35 watts.
That makes no sense.
No, but the Claw does steadily get better the more wattage that you throw at it.
So we'll say one thing for certain is that the MSI Claw benefits from the wattage changes more than the other devices as a consistent trend.
Yeah. I would argue, especially because I've been using all these devices and I use them handheld 90% of the time, not plugged into the wall. Mm-hmm. So I will charge them and then unplug because I know the Z2 Extreme is more efficient. So realistically, I'm only actually playing stuff at 17 or 20 watts.
Yes.
So the weirdness that happens between 25 and 35 watts, in my eyes, isn't real world usage.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm not going to be on battery running 35 watts. So the watts that actually matter to me as someone that plays handheld is 17 and 20.
And I'd argue, for those of you that are this deep in, that's where the Z2E is designed for. Yeah. So that's where you want to be aiming handheld at. I know, though, there's a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of reviewers, first thing they do, maximum wattage, let's test the performance. I'm like, there's not real world, though, is it? Because at 35 watts, if you're going to manually set it there, what's your battery life going to be?
Yeah. If you're on battery, you're going to be under an hour, probably.
It's not realistic.
No.
maybe 25 watts, but that even that feels like that's like last generation maxed out, isn't it? It's like, doesn't feel realistic.
No.
So if I'm looking for what is the best performant Z2E right now, if I just look at this last graph and say it's the Xbox LAX, yeah? It's as simple as that, yeah?
Yeah, it is, because I didn't calculate the overall average across all graphs, which I could have done, but I didn't.
Poor effort.
Yeah, there you go.
Carol.
So it's down to someone in the comments to go through each frame.
Yeah, please
add up
do.
the numbers, tell us all the averages.
Tell us what the average performance was and who wins. I'm more confused now than when we did the early benchmarks of the early versions of the software and stuff with the Lenovo and the Xbox devices. Now, with adding in the MSI Core A8 as well, so we've got all of the Z2Es.
Yeah. In a practicality wise,
yes,
you ain't going to be often gaming at 25, 35.
No.
Like realistically, if you're on battery, you want to be looking at 17 to 20 watts.
Yep.
And I'd argue the Legion Go 2 wins on those.
Consistently is the best at that wattage.
Yeah, there might have been the odd game where it backed off a little bit, but in general, out of pretty much all these charts, it wins.
And especially when you're at native resolution, when you're at 1080p.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is quite a lot of these games, you probably want to be boosting up the graphics quality. I've just done low so that there's an even playing field here. And it's really about the APUs struggling with it rather than the benefits of that extra VRAM.
Yeah.
So if you were looking at like 1080p or 720p, but really cranking those graphical settings, like I've been playing Resident Evil Village on the Legion Go 2, 1200p, maxed out. Like absolutely maxed out. And I'm getting like between 70 and 90 FPS.
Yeah, I can attest firsthand. It is a beautiful experience.
Yeah, so that, again, I think is where the Legion Go 2 will jump ahead.
Yeah.
Just because it's got that added VRAM.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all very similar. They're all very
one thing
similar.
that's really encouraging, I will say, if you're still sat on the fence or you've just recently made a purchase and you're trying to decide is it the right one, they're all incredibly good performance figures.
They are, yeah. There's nothing that's like terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, there's none of those. I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing for them.
Yes.
Like, it's all like if you had that and you weren't comparing it, like, it's all very good.
Yeah, and with me actually playing these devices, spending time with each one, there's not been a single device I've loaded up something and gone, oh no, that's awful.
Yeah.
Every game I've thrown at it's been like, this is fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm just ignoring the FPS counter, I'm just like, yep, this runs great, it's fun.
Would you like to ignore the FPS counter?
Yeah.
It's about time, isn't it, for you?
Well, I generally, when I play a game, I'll load a game up and I will spend 10, 15 minutes getting the settings right, making sure I'm happy with the FPS. Like, is that good enough? Is it around 60 or whatever?
Yeah.
And then I turn the FPS off. I just play the game then.
Yeah, it's the best way to be.
Because otherwise you're just constantly looking at the changes of FPS. And these panels all have VRR. So once you've got it above that VRR window at least,
you're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, genuinely, though, still surprising figures. I'd love to know what you guys think. And if someone wants to work out the averages,
do it.
Please let us know in the comments down below. Once you're down there, make sure you like the video, subscribe for more handheld gaming content.
And stick around because we're comparing it to all of these results to the MSI Core 8 AI Plus in an upcoming video.
Intel versus AMD.
Which is coming really soon because we're just about to record it.
Yeah, nice. So until then,
bye.